Hello, horse lovers. Welcome to, of course, a horse. So many people love horses, but relatively few have the chance to actually have a flesh and blood horse in their life. So, people who can't have an actual horse, and even many of us who do, we transfer that love onto model horses very often. One of the most popular types of model horses being the Breyers. I started my collection long ago when my mom gave me some of her Breyers. And anybody who collects anything knows how collections take off. You find them at rummage sales, you find them on eBay, Amazon, you find people on Facebook Marketplace, and before you know it, your collection has kind of taken over your life. Well, collectors of Breyers, we have connections to the horses as if they were real. I know what it sounds like, but yeah, never ever tell a Breyer collector that their horses are only toys or only models. Breyers are so important in the horse community. There are shows for them, just like there are for flesh and blood horses. People make model tack for Breyers that cost like $400 for a saddle. You can buy a real saddle for that. So, yeah, to put it mildly, Breyers fill an important spot in the hearts of all horse lovers. And I wanted to tell the story of a special member of my stable. This is Tutoy. You can tell, well, I still don't have the hang of computer cameras, but you can see beautiful markings on his face. His mane was redone. He has very lovely hooves. You can see there's striping on them. You can see the nail holes that hold on the horseshoes. It's hard to pick up all the details on camera, but he's got a little bit of extra fur around here that wasn't here before. Now, this is all the customizing work of my friend Betsy, who owns Nightwind Studios. That's one thing about Breyers is a lot of Breyers end up being customized. People will take ones that were broken, had paint damage, chipped off ears, and they will redo them to make them absolute works of art. And that was the case with Tutoy. His story almost lines up with all the stories we've read as kids about abused horses who end up finding good homes in the end and becoming champions, because Tutoy had a rough start. For those of you who know Breyer molds, the different types of Breyer models, Tutoy here was originally a Big Ben, who was a warm blood gelding who actually was very well known as a show jumper. Well, when Tutoy came to me, it was hard to even recognize him as a horse anymore. He had a broken leg, chipped off ears, and he had been very badly chewed, which was how he ended up with the name Tutoy. And when I first saw him, he was listed on Facebook in a group of breeders that were being listed for sale as one last chance before they would have been thrown away. I couldn't let that happen. I bought this guy, and as I said, sent him to my friend Betsy, who owns Nightwind Studios. She makes beautiful custom horses, and she really took her time with Tutor here. She even gave him real teeth. It's hard to see on camera, and again, I have trouble with the computer cameras, but you can see he actually has teeth in there if you're able to see him in person, which was a very nice detail that she added. And she has a special gift for seeing the personality in model horses. Michelangelo was famous for saying that he removed everything from a statue that wasn't that statue. He saw the statue in the stone, and Betsy has a way of seeing who the horse is within the damaged model. She took the time to fill in all the teeth marks, sand him down and repaint him. She switched his mane over from one side to the other, which looks a lot better considering the way he's facing. And it was a lot of fun for me around this time because I had just gotten into photo showing. As I said, there are shows for Breyer models. Some are live, where you take the actual model, you stand them on a table, and the judge comes around and compares them. Others are photo shows, where you upload the photos to different Facebook groups. Sometimes you send them to other websites. But in any case, you can actually win ribbons, other prizes, and they will be judged just like a flesh and blood horse. Well, when Chew Toy was finished being restored, there was a show going on near Betsy at that time, and it was the only chance that I'd ever known of to live show one of my models because I didn't know of any near me. And so she said that she would live show him for me, and the result of that was his first ever ribbon. He took sixth place, which I consider not bad at all considering how close he came to just being in a garbage dump. I've also entered him in photo show since, and you can see he's done pretty well in the ribbon department. So, and I plan to continue entering him. It's a lot of fun. And if I have the chance, I have high hopes for him being the big star at a live show I want to enter next spring, and I have hopes of him NAN qualifying. Now, for those of you not as familiar with sewing Breyers or Breyers in general, a NAN is their entry to the national levels. It's a little green card that gives the horse's name. Yes, also horses have to be named, and their breed for their class. In Q-Toy's case, even though he started out as a warm blood, I got talking about his looks with different people, and they think he looks more like an Azteca, which is a cross between an Andalusian and a quarter horse. He's got strong hindquarters. Um, by the way, another nice detail, redid his tail, which I think turned out very pretty considering he had a nice tail at first, but I mean, this is a nice full tail. She really gave him kind of a Spanish breed look from the Andalusian, and with those stronger hindquarters from the quarter horse, we said, yeah, let's show him as an Azteca, and he's done pretty well showing at that. So anyway, the NAM card would give his name, list my name as his owner, the class, and if he wins at a NAN qualifying show, I really have high hopes of taking him to Kentucky to show at the national level. I've never been to Kentucky, but the national shows is a very incredible experience. Just to qualify for that would be amazing. So I have high hopes for Chew Toy, and I think that he really personifies one person's trash as another person's treasure. And it shows what really can be done with a little love and work. This might sound crazy to a non-Breyer collector, someone who's not into that, but I often compare Q-Toy, especially of all my models, to the Velveteen Rabbit. For those of you who aren't as familiar with that story, it tells the story of a plush rabbit who becomes real through the love of a little boy. And to us Breyer collectors, yeah, our models definitely are real. As I said, never ever call them toys or models. Well, models we accept, but yeah, they're not toys, and they're not just models. I hope you've enjoyed Q Toy Story from Trash to Treasure. If you have a favorite Breyer model or a story about sewing in general, story about any model horse that you love, whether it's a Breyer, a Grand Champion, or even a favorite plush one from when you were a kid, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. I hope you've enjoyed hearing about Q Toy, and until next time, keep riding.